Well, Oklahoma City can have their problems right now. The Knicks are having some fun, and no one's having more fun than Kristaps Porzingis, who joins us now. Kristaps, Mike Francesa on the Fan. Welcome. How are you?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Before we start,
Yes.
I want to say one thing.
Yes.
Mike, first time, long time.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much. And you know what? I want to say something else. I hope you're not too badly hurt because we want to watch some more of these games because you've been doing unbelievably well. How you feeling?
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. My body's feeling good. I recovered from the little ankle thing that I had, and the elbow is also feeling good. The swelling went down, so I'll be ready to go tomorrow probably.
What a difference a year makes, KP. Tell me, how much different feel this team than last year?
I liked the way we started working this year from day one. You could tell it was a little different vibe, and we really put the fundamentals of our defense and offense, from day one, and we were sticking to that. And there are obviously things that we need to get better at, but we're sticking to that base, and then we try to build on top of that.
Your performances have been unbelievable. You're averaging 30 points a game. Only you and the Greek Freak are averaging 30. If I had talked to you in training camp, would you be surprised that you're scoring at this clip?
Am I surprised?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's a great start for me and a pretty decent start for the team. But I'm never really surprised about my own performance just because I know how much work I put in behind all of that, and it's just it's good that is showing on the court what I worked on.
Well, it's showing as well as it could possibly show. You're off to a phenomenal start, and the team. It's exciting. You know what? There's a lot of life back in the Garden. You can see it. You can see it with you. You can see it with the kids. You can see it with the entire team, and it's fun to watch. You must, the comebacks the last couple of games from behind against the two teams you just beaten Indiana and Charlotte. You must be thrilled with what's going on.
Yeah, no, it is really probably the loudest. At this point than any of my two seasons, before. It's really the atmosphere is great. The fans are into it. We're playing hard, and I think that's what the fans appreciate the most when we just go out there and compete every night and play our hearts out. That's what New York about.
Absolutely, and a terrific fourth quarter the other night. In the game you played in, not the one you sat out, the one you played in with the tremendous comeback. You making some big plays, first the three, and then taking the ball to the basket, but. Howard got a little physical with you, which I'm sure you're going to see more of. Are you expecting that to be the norm now around the league as you have all this success?
Yeah, definitely. I'm already feeling it. Guys are trying to be physical with me, and early on, it starts from minute one in the game. Now I'm more of a focal point of our offense, so it's definitely not easier for me, but I'm comfortable in that position and those situations, and that's showing that work that I put in this summer of getting stronger and being able to take that contact and.
What is the easiest way for you to deal with that? What's your game plan, Kristaps, to deal with that kind of physical play when you see it?
I have to. The main thing for me is to keep my weight up during the season. To not lose weight. As we play so many games and just to be ready physically for it. That's the best thing I can do. Mentally I'm going to be fine. It's just about staying strong throughout the season, not losing any weight, and then I'll be fine.
When you look at where your game is offensively right now, what did you work on the most as you got ready for this season, and what are you most content with as you look at what you've done so far?
I think one part that's helping me is just working on my core. I did a lot of core, my hips, my base, those kind of things, and I think that's showing. I'm more stable. I'm more my coordination is better. I'm able to finish through contact. And those kind of situations, and it's just I'm able to take the contact much better.
And how about, is there a part of your game you're still accentuating or you want to work on? Is there any part of your offensive game that you think you can get better at? I mean, right now everything's really working well, but what are you really trying to zero in on?
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to keep working on my shot. It's something you can never stop working on, and obviously my ball handling, my post moves still got to get better, and there are so many things I I can keep working on and still get better at. I'm excited about the season, but I'm also excited when it's off season. You have all that time off to work on your game and then show that the next season.
There's two things, and we're talking with Kristaps Porzingis as the Knicks right now over 500, get ready to take on Sacramento tomorrow night. They got a couple of games coming up at the Garden. They have turned it around here after that couple of games start. They've played very well of late, and KP's averaging 30 points a game at this point of the season. One thing is, we know that you're the focal point of the team and the offense now, but also you seem to have taken a very vocal role with this team now, especially with the new kids and with the whole group. Is that something by design? Is that something you feel very comfortable with? Are you going to be a vocal leader as you start to mature into this, the leader of this team?
Yeah, I think it kind of comes natural to me. I don't try to force things and try to be the guy, but it's. We also have great guys that I've learned from my first two seasons, and even now, like a guy like Lance Thomas, who's been in the league for a while and is a great leader, a great voice, and then Courtney Lee, and those kind of guys that obviously Melo that I was able to learn from, and still am how to be a leader, and how to be that presence. So. It kind of comes natural to me, I would say.
Was last year as frustrating as it looked? I mean, it seemed like it was a very frustrating year for the team and for you. Was it a very tough year for you last year?
Yes. It was a tough year. We won a lot of games in the beginning because of our talent, and I could tell right away that it wasn't gonna, we weren't gonna be able to keep that up for the whole season, and. As it started to go downhill, it was not fun at all anymore. But we're all professional. We wanted to keep going to do our best that we could at that moment, but it was just not working together, and it was not a very enjoyable season.
We're talking with Kristaps Porzingis as the Knicks get ready to and are off to a good start and get ready to play tomorrow night against Sacramento at home. What can this be in your mind? Can this be a winning team? Can this be a playoff team this year, Kristaps?
I believe so. I said it before the season. I believe that if we put the fundamentals that we need, offensively and defensively, and play team basketball, play hard, and with the talent that we have, I believe we're capable of making the playoffs, and that's the goal for us.
And how about you emerging now with these kind of numbers and emerging into we've talked about this in New York for a couple of years, you having this kind of promise. Now you're performing on this level. What have you noticed since you have, now put up these superstar type of numbers here? Have you noticed people acting differently? Have you noticed it being a difference in the town? Can you sense a little difference now that you're performing this way?
I'm getting a lot of love from people, everywhere I go. But it's been like that, since I got drafted. I think even before I started playing, there were a lot of people that were, supporting me, just because I was getting booed and maybe I had a interesting beginning. But no, people are, obviously very supportive, and especially if we're doing good, it's great to get all that love from the fans.
How about around the league when the other players, do you get acknowledgments now from the other guys as you now have joined the club as one of these guys who's going to be one of the big stars in this league right now? Can you kind of sense that kind of respect?
I think yeah, slowly I've earned the respect of other players, of other superstars in the league, but I have still a long way to go to prove that I can be one of those top guys in the NBA. And so, but I've talked to some of the biggest stars in the league.
What's your goal? Did you have any individual goals this year? Anything you were looking to do? Certain things about scoring or anything like that. Any performance goals this year?
I'm not so worried about scoring. It's number one always is team for me.
Right.
And if we make the playoffs, that's the goal. And then if we make it there, then we look further. But that's for the team, and then individually, I said before the season started, I wanted to be an all-star this year. I wanted to. I believe I have a chance to win a Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe if not this season, then in my career, that's a goal for me, definitely. And also, I believe that this year I'm capable of winning the Most Improved Player of the Year.
I think you're well on your way to that. How you dealing with bringing your rookie point guard along?
He's doing well. He's learning a lot, and he's not afraid. That's what I love about him. The first maybe couple of games he looked a little. He just came back from the injury, and he still looked a little not as confident. But now that he's getting a feel for the game, and he's playing a little more than you could tell that even in big moments like the game against Indiana, he wasn't afraid to take that last shot.
No, he knocked down that big three, and he acted like it was it's something he expects to do a lot of. That
right,
he did.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was surprised that he made it either.
Right. So that's what I love about him. He's not afraid, and I think going forward, he's gonna be putting up even better numbers, and he's gonna keep playing that defense that he's giving us.
Well, you know how starved this town is for a winner, and you know how much they want to see you guys do well. So if you can start to be the cornerstone of this team coming back and getting ready towards maybe moving to bigger and better things, and eventually winning the championship here, it'll be a fun run for you. It really will.
It would be unbelievable. It would be a dream come true for me.
Well, listen, keep up the good work and stay healthy, and glad you're off to such a good start. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you. KP, Kristaps Porzingis, as he said, he wants to be the most improved player in the league this year and make the All-Star team. I think those two are pretty much what did he average last year, 15? 16? What would he average last year? I know he was hurt sometimes, but he didn't play that many minutes. What did he average? 15, maybe 17, right? I don't think 20. 17? 18. Okay, average 18. This year he's averaging 30 with 7.5. He also said he wants to be the best defensive player, win defensive player of the year, and that would be a nice combination. And also make the All-Star team. I'd say the All-Star team is a given. And right now averaging 30 even, 7.5 rebounds, and shooting over 50% from the floor. So I'd say he's well on his way to being most improved player and also making the All-Star team. And maybe leading the league in scoring. Although the Greek Freak's averaging a couple more points. He's averaging like 32 right now. They're the only two in the league averaging 30 points. And they're over 500. And you know what? He's fun to watch. And the team it's his team. That's number one. It's absolutely his team. Already, it's his team, which is a good thing. And they play Sacramento tomorrow. They play Cleveland Monday. And they play Utah on Wednesday. So, they can get they can win a couple of games. I'm sure Cleveland's going to look to. LeBron always plays great at the Garden. That'll be fascinating to watch because, Cleveland got embarrassed by the Knicks. LeBron has had a couple of these scoring games recently. He usually puts on a show when he comes to the Garden. Let's see what happens on Monday night when he comes here to play. The other night he had 57. Last night he had 33 and a loss to Houston on the road. We'll see what happens. But Cleveland's been awful, and the Knicks have been pretty good. And he's right about Nicolina. He's played, He's played confidently. Now, he's got some things to learn. He hasn't gone to the basket a whole lot yet, but he knocked down that three in the Indiana game, as he said. He wasn't afraid to take it, and he was matter of fact about going back to the huddle. So you're seeing some good things from them. Now they got to recruit one more good player, and they could really be on their way. But it's fun to watch. It's put some life back in the Knicks. They're very watchable with him there, and the